Hey guys, welcome to my top 5 best off-season moves for LCS in 2020. The criteria will be the usual skill level of the player or the players involved, and also the outside factors like how many teams were interested in that player, how much impact is this roster move going to have. Without further ado, let's start with our number 5. Meteos, Cody Sun, and Someday back to 100 Deeps. I'll let you guys on a little secret. Dig was talking to Meteos. They really wanted Meteos, but they kind of wanted other players too. And when Meteos found out that they were floating multiple options, yeah, he didn't want to be a second choice, and he went back to 100 Deeps. And that's how Dignitas botched their offseason. And with them kind of botching their offseason, Cody Sun wanted out. The only big announcement was Huni for a 2.3 mil, so it just got worse and worse. 100 Deeps from the sidelines were just so happy to watch Dignitas fail and pick up in the misery and the aftermath that was that miserable offseason doings. And they get to bring in their reigning 2019 Academy Summer Split champion, Someday. Out of all 3 moves, the one I'm most interested and excited for is Cody Sun. I think he was an excellent AD carry, somewhat propped up by Vulcan, but I think he was good on his own. He was either the second or the third best AD carry after double up 6A Cody, or it was double up Cody 6A, whichever way you want to have it. I also think his pairing with Stunt will be great. I got to lane with Stunt for Twitch Rivals, and Stunt is just a monster of a player. He grinds out solo queue so much. Like, as a solo queue player, maintaining top 10 while playing support alone and not duo is something really hard to do, and Stunt does it so well and so consistently. Overall, 100 Deeps, you did a great job from recovering from the disaster that was your 2019. Now for number 4, we have Bjergsen staying on team solo mid. This move doesn't get talked about enough due to it being a re-signing. A lot of teams had their eyes on Bjerg, and when they saw that his contract was ending in 2019, it was like hyenas or like vultures like circling around like a dead carcass. Like, everyone wanted a piece of that. Everyone wanted to be part of the bet or the bidding war for Bjergsen. But little did they know, TSM was working on a deal with Bjerg since the start of the year to give him equity and have him be part of the team forever and ever until the end of time. Yeah, I was really curious whenever I spoke to like TSM about Bjergsen potentially not staying with them in end of 2019. They were like, nope, he's staying with us. Like, they were just so sure, and now we know because they were working on this equity deal forever, so there was just no chance that Bjergsen would leave. Bjergsen is a top tier LCS mid lane. I don't give a fuck whatever you guys say. He doesn't eat up an import slot. Honestly, this should be higher up on the list, but because it's a re-signing, I took off some points. Now, let's go to number 3. Xmitty to Immortals. When people saw Xmitty's contract was ending in 2019 and he was under a lot of criticism, half the league wanted Xmitty, and like, they were really wanted Xmitty. They were actively like talking to him, like really trying to get at it. I know a lot of people will say, no, we weren't that interested in Xmitty, but that's them bullshitting. Everyone really wanted him to be their jungler on their team. He's a giga valuable piece. Veteran is a badge of honor. It's not something to be ashamed about. Like, you zoomers and your TikToks, like shit talking Xmitty, talking about how he doesn't put in the work, how he's washed up. Like, I have spoken so many times about how good Xmitty is. I'm not going to repeat myself. You can check out the other videos. Xmitty is good, and he's such a good building piece in and out of game. Immortals was not my number 1 guess on where Xmitty would end up, but they did it. I'm guessing it's the monies, because the rest of their roster kind of looks bad, so I'm like kind of surprised when people talk about like Xmitty like ending up on Immortals, because yeah, like I'm kind of shocked too. Like, sure, I'm sure they paid him a lot of monies, but the rest of the roster matters too. Who the fuck is Aka? I'll take from Korean solo queue, so that's but it doesn't take away the fact of how valuable Xmitty is, and he was really the domino that started off season. Like, so many junglers were waiting on the sideline until the Xmitty sweepstakes finally resolved and everyone could find their homes. Now for number 2, this one's going to be a little bit of a surprise. We have Crown to CL Gaming, or Counter Logic Gaming. Mid lane is the single most important role in League of Legends, period. It's like quarterback in hand egg. If you don't have a decent one, you can't even really start building your team. And Crown is a really good mid lane. I think he was the single most available, valuable, good mid laner in LCS. I say available because Bjerg wasn't available. Crown was carrying Optic so much, like his TF was amazing. He did have a few problems on other champions, and it's not like he had the widest champion pool, but I really truly believe in Crown, and he's someone with good mechanics that I think was kind of held back on Optic, and I think will flourish so much on CLG. Also, the surprising thing was CLG is known for importing frequently, yes, but not the absolute most top tier. They usually import right below that. Like, they don't get the best player, they get someone a little below that for their budget. So when a team like EG wanted a mid lane, I thought Crown would definitely go to EG, but somehow CLG was able to land Crown, and be hopeful, CLG fans, it may be the second golden age upon you guys. Now, for number 1, we have Sven and Zeyzal to Evil Genius. What a great starting block for an Evil Empire, the reigning MVP and his partner in crime. The support and the jungle role are really the backbones of a League of Legends team. Like, they do most of the shot calling, they can run the early game now, like mid game they do the vision control and all the macro stuff. And Svenskeren and Zeyzal were the shot callers of Cloud9, and they were in LCS finals. These guys were giga good, and EG just gets to start their entire team with that. Whoo-wee! A lot of the new teams coming into LCS struggle in terms of finding a good roster to start their first year, and EG hit it out of the park with Svenskeren and Zeyzal. I think the Sven Zeyzal move was the single most impactful move for any team in this offseason, and EG went from a non-existent organization to potentially making a championship caliber roster, but they kind of failed in terms of what they did in the other pieces. Bang, Jizuke, oh my god, Let's not let the failures of the other pieces take away how impactful this buyout was. Like, Svenskeren and Zeyzal is, what more could you ask for from jungle and support? Actually, there are better supports, but what more could you ask for from a jungler? This guy was literally the reigning MVP, and he's starting on a new team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Oh shit, I'm getting a text. It says, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye.